Second video of many describing our ride on the backcountry discovery route in New Mexico. Rich and I are taking off today from Ruidoso, and on our two KTM 690s that we hauled down there and left at Sante Fe, New Mexico. Day 2 of our ride will take us from Ruidoso to Truth or Consequences. As you can see, it's in the circle. But this particular video will only do one of 3 parts in Nogal Canyon, which is an off-road section, which is real pretty. Then we go to Brokeback Road. It's after Ruidoso, to be the second leg. We're going to stop for lunch in San Antonio, and then we're going to go to Truth or Consequences by way of a highway. Deacon and I are all set to ride. Rich is ready to rock and roll, and we're gonna wave at one of the workers at the Best Western Ruidoso Downs. It's a really great place to stay. Lots of trees. We saw deer, and I saw an elk in somebody's yard as we were coming in. And this hotel is sitting up on the side of a hill that overlooks Ruidoso Downs. I'm experimenting with commentary, so forgive me if I'm not getting it all right or don't sound interesting. I think it's better than just wind noise, as my previous videos have been. And I'll make a lot of mistakes along the way in trying to describe what it is that we're doing to make it more interesting. So down below in that valley is the 1 mile long horse track. I was here in 2000, and it was the last time, and I raced vintage flat track. It's a 1 mile, and I won the national championship on it. It was a wonderful track made of really soft sand, and what was the first time in my life I could actually go down the straightaway full throttle and not let off in the throttle to make the turn. You just kind of pull the handlebars over, start your slide, and just go all the way around the track because the sand was so spun a lot. So coming out from the hotel, you can get fuel right at the Walmart, and as usual, we back up together. One of us puts in their credit card, then we fill both our tanks, and we just alternate throughout the entire trip. So Ruidoso does have a ski area. It's a resort town in many ways, and we are escaping on a Friday because pretty soon a whole mess of Harley cruiser guys and black leather dudes are going to be coming in for a rally that weekend. So we left at the right time, and we're heading back north on the road that we came in on, looking for the start to the New Mexico BDR track. And we were both using cell phones with OSM A&D on it, and the GPS tracks that you can download for free from ridebdr.com. Bonito Lake, South Fork Campground, 7 miles is coming up. I actually passed this back about a mile till my phone said turn back around, and
all right, we're on the BDR. Should we take a picture? I just took one. That's good. I got one now. It's on my video.
this is basically a car road. Any two-wheel drive car can go along this place. It's not too bad. It's really pretty. And we're going to be working our way down to an intersection further down the line. I don't know if I've cut out part of this yet because of, it's not challenging. Normally I will try to get rid of most of the pavement, which everybody knows what to do. But I try to show anything that where you're riding or you might get into trouble in its entirety. My channel has always been like that. Maybe you're getting tired of 3-hour long videos, and maybe I only get 89 views. I don't really care. The idea was, and something when I first started doing adventure riding, is when I went into to look at a YouTube video, guys would always show the really gnarly section, 15 minutes of terror, or 15 seconds of, exciting stuff and falls and things. And if you've got 100 miles to go on a trail, or even if it's 10 or 20, you kind of wonder, what does the rest of it look like? Is the whole thing going to be like what this one guy is showing me on this ride, when he's only showing the really nasty stuff? So if I show the whole thing, and it lets you know that you can do it, and you're preparing yourself, and you say, it's worth the risk. I'm gonna take 95 miles of just sheer pleasure or enjoying the scenery and stuff. And when I get to the section that the guy showed in the video, I'm better prepared for it because I saw what he had to deal with. Of course, the downside to that is you got to sit through a lot of video and listen to all the motor noises and the grunts and crap, in the fall, and the dog barking when people get in front of us. But generally, I think for the fans on my channel, I think you like that. So if I only have 300 people that watch a video, I don't mind. All right, we're kind of excited. This is our first water that we've encountered. Woohoo! Anyway, okay, so it's by the way, and you'll see later on in the next videos, we do have there's a severe drought going on in New Mexico, and we really kind of appreciate that at this particular time. I know the residents don't necessarily want it, or the farmers, and there are forest fires going along in New Mexico during this time. But we watched the weather really carefully for the first month prior to this, and wondering about when is a good time to go, and that we wanted it to be really dry, and we wanted the week that we were going to be on it to be really dry. We watched all the videos on other people that did the second leg, the New Mexico BDR and other legs, and they were all captured in mud on their GSs, and they're more than a couple of those videos, the commentary from people said, this just isn't any fun. Well, we want it to be fun. I'm 71. I got hip problems. I don't want to deal with paddling in sand and mud, and I definitely don't want the dog to jump off into mud and get back on again. Then I have to clean him because we spend the night in motel rooms. So we wanted it dry, and so we are glad that this particular week, in our particular point of life in riding, is dry, and it's going to be that way this whole trip. So if you guys are planning a trip in New Mexico, you might want to watch the weather for that particular time. If you're really a pure adventure guy, you don't really care about getting rained on, then just blast ahead. So let's sit back and we'll watch the rest of this section. You'll notice as we're traveling along, every now and then you'll hear me talking. I've got a Cena 20S in my helmet. Rich has one too. And so if I see something to warn him about, like there's a steep switchback coming up, then I'll let him know. And it works out best, you know, even on the highway, I guess. He lets me know if I leave my signal lights on or if there's cars coming and that sort of stuff.
That's what it asks for. Oh, oops, getting wide. The bike definitely is at, I think 32, 33 with weight, carrying weight. Like a passenger luggage, it's up to 36. Okay. Yeah, same then. 30 minimum. Go up for more loading. Saw a comment from a guy on Facebook. He had just bought a 2017 690, and another guy had advised him run 32 psi, sharp right hand turn. Thank you. Said it, he was his advice.
So somebody asked Jimmy Stewart the PSI question. He said 28.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
You know, I mean, there's a whole lot of range for stuff. What I found in mountain biking is that you want to be careful about running too much pressure. And you want to be careful about running too little pressure. But when you find your sweet spot and what works for you, it can really, really help. And the reason I ask on stuff like this is the tires just feel hard to me. They don't feel like they're really biting much. They feel like they're kind of dancing on the surface.
Yeah, but they'll stay open once you're in the loose stuff. But there's lots of these rocks and stuff, so you don't want to get pinch slapped. So to me, that's the biggest criteria of everything else. I could care less for optimal traction. I'm looking to never get a flat. I do think my Dunlops, I think, rode better. May have ridden harder on this, I don't know. But these, when I look at this tire compared to what my Dunlop was, the Dunlop mounted is an inch wider than these are, both yours and mine. And so actually when I look at these bikes from behind, it just looks like, you know, skinny tire, like a true dirt bike. What the hell, oh, it's beautiful.
As part of this discussion on our tires, I switched from Dunlop 908 Rally Raid for this particular ride to go to a TKC 70, I believe. And I did notice it was narrower than the Dunlop 908 Rally Raids, and it's got some nice knobbies, but I'm feeling a little buzz in my handlebars when I go down the highway. And I haven't really tried it yet in sand or mud or anything. We'll see how it goes. Right now it feels okay. Rich's feels a little squirrely on his ride. He's got the stock Pirellis, I believe, that come with the 690, and we'll see how it goes. I think that's just because we've got a thin silt on the road. You're never going to be quite positive. You don't have anything really hard to grab, and the silt kind of makes us slide a little bit, but it's very important to maintain good throttle control. And as long as we're having fun and safe. Ooh, downhill, steep, bye.
Run those and collect acorns. 35 miles an hour, our 199 mile ride is gonna take 9 hours or something.
Yeah, there's also some road sections.
Yeah, it's gonna be mostly road. I think that stuff up north is pretty straight, just farm access roads. After you cross Chorizo. Chorizo? Yeah, that's Chorizo. Hope there's nobody four-wheeling today. Switchback. Here's where your steering dampener is coming in handy.
I need to actually crank mine on a little bit more.
Somebody's churning rocks. Want me to stop? You should be able to do it on the fly. Just one little bit at a time.
So clockwise is more?
Yeah, on the handle on the right. Just one click.
What's the other one do?
It's a rebound or something. I'm not too sure. I don't play with it. I'm gonna turn my flashes on in case somebody's coming up. They can see it. Tell when the cages are making those hairpins, they really spin and they're digging up all the rocks.
See what?
When the cages, the cars,
Yeah.
they make those switchbacks, they're just spinning their tires, digging up those sharp rocks. that Deacon off, but I think we're supposed to go right. But if there's cows down here, I can't really do it. Well, hold it. Is there a sign that says no gall down there, or?
That thing to your left is a trailhead.
All right, so this says 400 on it now.
Yeah, that's still good.
get back on 37. Is that what that's saying? 30, yeah, 37. Why is that? That doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, 37 peeled off from 48. Hey, we got electrical power. We can charge our devices. Hey, we should invent that. A little induction charger that all you gotta do is be around a power line, you can steal the power. The other thing is, I mean, some guys, you know, put solar power and that sort of stuff, but heck, you got a perfectly good charger right here in this motorcycle, you know, powered by gasoline. Okay, Deacon. Oops. Okay, Mike.
So it happens when I let Deacon off. He'll go blasting away at about 25 miles an hour, settles in about a 15 mile an hour trot. But if I detect that really the whole purpose of what he needs is to pee on a bush, I'll stop and slow down, and then he's not under pressure to run, and then he'll do his thing, and then take off again if it's been a short run. And then I'll let him run for a while and maybe stop again, and then he'll take a chance to poop. But if
Somebody's
I
dreams kind of died
see
there.
residences up ahead, like fence lines, that probably is a good indication there's probably another dog there. And or if there's cows free ranging that he might want to check out,
Yeah, another
I'll go
place.
ahead
There's
and
this
stop again and call him in.
property's probably in probate for 50 years. Well, Deacon, if you're not going to poop, we're getting too close to houses.
One man's trying to buy this pretty, I don't know.
Come here, Deacon. Okay, up.
Oh, shoot.
What?
Be with me for a second.
Okay.
Well, if you've made it this far into my video, you're a hardcore Telerover watcher, and thank you for subscribing. We are now traveling on 37, heading down to US 380, which will take us to Ruidoso, and then we'll top off our tanks. We've only gone about maybe 49 miles to Ruidoso by the time you get done with this part. See on this graphic where I broke it into 3 different segments, and we're about to go up to Brokeback Road and Iron Mountain Road along this highway, and then the the section that is next to White Sands Missile Range was so long. It's like 75 miles at 35 miles an hour. You know, we're going to be a couple hours, and it's the afternoon. It's getting hot by the time we get there after lunch. And so we had to take a bypass down New Mexico 1, which paralleled I-25. Didn't want to get on the freeway. And I think if in the future, if you would stop at Carrizozo, there's 2 dive hotels there, motels, and spend the night there. If you say you're basing out of Sante Fe, then you could then blow off the Nogal loop or go back and come back around. But it just takes up some time. That when you get to the really hard sections, then you're going to be all fresh and ready to ride. We weren't able to do that, which you'll see in our third video. It'll mostly just be highway.
Yeah, I need to change my battery.
Okay.